Alright, so last story I gave you guys was when I realized the streets weren't for me. And I told you that I would tell you about what happened when I was locked up. So today I'm here to tell you guys about my experience in jail. Okay, so I hope that most of you haven't been to jail before. So for everybody who hasn't, let me just tell you, jail sucks. Like really fucking bad. Like, jail sucks more than the dudes actually do in there. And I wouldn't know anything about that. I'm just saying that, I'm just letting y'all know what happens. Jail was like the worst experience of my life. Like, I'm not gonna lie, that was definitely my turning point. You know what I'm saying? That's why I told y'all that was the third thing that made me realize that the streets weren't for me. So yeah, if you watch part 3 of that story, then you know that I got locked up for armed robbery. So I'd say a good place to start at is when I got booked. So I'm down here booking, right? And as you all saw from the last story in my mugshot, I wasn't necessarily happy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wasn't a happy camper that day. I was pretty fucking pissed off the fact that I'm probably gonna lose about a good 10 years of my life. So I'm downstairs at booking, right? With that type of mentality, thinking that I'm gonna lose at least 10 years of my life to the system. So of course, I had to start preparing myself. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to fuck somebody up. Dang, I don't know why I paused. I had to fuck somebody up. So they got me and my nigga Noonie in different holding cells. But for some reason, he's in a cell by himself, and I'm in a cell with like 6 other niggas. Now, some of you may have saw, because I saw a lot of you looked up my whole IHOP incident. Yeah, I used to be a correctional officer, right? And that was all until I got locked up. Now, even though my previous place of employment was the Department of Corrections, that shit follows you for like life. You know what I'm saying? So when I'm in this cell, somebody noticed me. And of course, it would have to be a nigga that I hated. Alright, so I didn't like this nigga when I was a CEO because this nigga was a sex offender, and like, he always wanted to prove that he was tough, but he would only try to get tough with the CEOs because he knew we couldn't do shit. Until he met me. Okay, so like, y'all already know I'm gonna have to save this whole thing for like another story, but like, just to briefly summarize it, he said that he was gonna go do something after I already told this nigga to go do it 4 times, and then he wanted to do it 40 minutes late. So, of course, I couldn't allow this nigga to do that because I was gonna lose my job for a little bitch-ass sex offender. You know what I'm saying? Then he tells me he's gonna do what he wants, let him out the door, blah, blah, blah. Long story short, he acted like he was gonna fight me. I told him my niggas step over here where the cameras can't see. And after that, everybody called him a bitch. Yeah, so now, me and him are in the same cell. And of course, it's time for retaliation. Dog, we all sitting there chilling, right? And this nigga done gave me like a few little side looks. So I know he probably knows who I am. But he's just being really quiet about it. So, one thing I forgot to tell y'all is that inside of these cells, there's one toilet and there's one bench. So I had to pee. So I'm standing up and I'm peeing. Then he comes out of nowhere and says, hey, ain't you that one CO that worked at building 1? My nigga, you couldn't have waited to start this conversation when my dick wasn't in my hand. Like, really, nigga? Like, bro, I understand we in jail and all, but like, it ain't like we in the same locker room as Dwight Howard. Like, my nigga, wait until I'm done peeing to talk to me. So I waited till I was done, zipped up my pants, and I was like, I had no clue what you talking about, bruh. Then he was like, oh, nah, I remember you. You was the CEO that said that thing about the cameras, right? So you remember me, but you don't remember what I said? Nah, nigga, what I said was, we can step right over there where the cameras can't see so I can whoop your ass. So then this nigga stands up and says, so what's up then? And now, if you a real nigga, you know, like, when any nigga stands up and, like, does anything like that, you never give them the opportunity to hit you first. Dog. Soon as this nigga stood up and said that, I didn't even hesitate. I kicked this nigga straight in the nuts. Now, like I was telling y'all earlier, I had to prepare myself for prison. You know what I'm saying? So, like, this fight right here was like my pre-qualification for prison. So I had to make sure niggas knew I was not to be fucked with. Bruh. I ain't gonna front y'all. I let an all-out assault on this nigga's sack. Like, bruh, when I tell y'all I destroyed this nigga's nuts, like I ain't even gonna front y'all. That was literally the only thing I was hitting was this nigga's nuts. Like, bruh, like by the 4th kick, this nigga went from Bruce to Caitlyn. Like, when I tell y'all I kicked this man in the nuts so many times, like, bruh, y'all would have thought I was Luffy doing a gum stamp Gatlin. Like, dog, I'm trying to tell y'all. The best part about, like, this whole entire thing was that I didn't get caught. Like, nigga, all of the other 5 niggas that was in the cell, they, like, blocked the window so none of the CEOs could see in. And the whole time, I'm thinking, Hell yeah, like these niggas is on my side, you know what I'm saying? Until me and this other nigga stopped fighting. And everybody else tried to challenge me. So y'all know how, like I told y'all, they was like standing at the windows so, you know, so none of the COs could see in. They weren't doing that. They were forming a line to fight me. So when the other nigga gets up that I, just finished ensuring that he doesn't have kids for the rest of his life, he gets up and sits on the bench, and then somebody else steps up to fight me. And I'm like, what the fuck, you think it's the cell games, nigga? I'm not finna fight all y'all niggas. And like I told y'all before, you never give someone the opportunity to swing on you first. This nigga had no intention on talking to me. Like, bro, as soon as he stepped up, he swung on me. So he swings on me, right? And he connects. I'm not even gonna lie. And immediately my survival instincts kick in. And I grabbed him by the nuts. You damn right I did. Fuck I look like, man. That's my Dwight Howard strategy. Look, I'm not focusing on trying to win fairly. I'm just focusing on trying to win. Dog, I grabbed this nigga by the nuts, and I swear to y'all, I squeezed wine out them grapes. You know what I'm saying? Dog, I was not playing with this nigga. Y'all gotta understand, though, this is my second fight out of 6. Like, my nigga, I still got 4 more niggas to go. These niggas got me over here feeling like I'm Baki, dog. Like, why do all y'all niggas want to fight me? But regardless of what I said, there was no way of me talking my way out of this. So when I was done with my kung fu grip on this nigga's nuts, it was time for the third nigga. Now by the third nigga, I'm pretty sure everybody knew what time I was on, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you fighting me, guard your nuts. And this nigga, dog, this nigga was guarding his nuts like the squirrel on Ice Age. Like, bro, I could not get to this nigga's nuts for shit. This fight right here, like, that was going on between me and this man, like, it felt mad suspect because the whole time I'm like, yo, like, I'm really dead ass over here trying to look for an opening to another man's nuts in jail. Like, that makes it any better. And since I couldn't find a way to this man's nuts, I was like, you know what, bro? If you lose, maybe they'll stop trying to fight you. And that should obviously let y'all know that this was clearly my first time in jail. So me and this man, we're face to face, you know, like, we're ready to fight each other, but nobody's making a move because I'm pretty sure he doesn't want to get his nuts crushed. And like with me, I'm just really not trying to lose this fight. But like I said, I started thinking maybe if I lost, nobody else would try to fight me. So I'm not going to lie to y'all. I pulled like a Luffy, you know, when he's fighting Katakuri. I closed my eyes because I'm like, yo, you know what? Let's just let nature run its course. And then I got stolen like that nigga Vegeta, bro. Dog, this nigga stole me so hard, bro. Like, when you get hit, a million things can run through your mind. Like, soon as this nigga hit me, I was like, oh, God damn, nigga, that shit hurt like a bitch. Look at you, bro. Dog, the toilet's right there, nigga. You about to get pee on your face. Now that pee's on your face. Oh, bro, it's on your mouth. Now, it's fit. So I'm on the ground at this point, and I look up. What do y'all think that I see? My opening straight to this nigga's nuts. Bro, this nigga stands over me and was just about to start wailing on me until my foot went up and I hit that Hulk stamp right in that nigga's dick. Bro, when I tell y'all I annihilated that man's nuts, dog, I completely destroyed his entire family tree. Losing this fight went all the way out the window when I got pee on my face. Like, dog, that was my final straw. I was like, yo, fuck that. That was the worst part about it, bro. Like, getting pee on my face. Like, my nigga, as soon as my face even hit the toilet, I was like, God damn, Daquan, you surviving R. Kelly. So after I launched this man's nuts into orbit, I asked, does anybody else want some? And everybody declined my invitation to fight. Like, I ain't gonna front. I didn't think I was tough when I said that. Because, like, I just knew at the end of the day, who really wants to fight a nigga that's only gonna go for their nuts? I mean, trust me, if I wasn't the nigga doing it, then I damn sure wouldn't challenge a nigga that does. So yeah, after that, I was able to escape those other 3 fights. And it got pretty quiet in the cell after that. You know, the 3 dudes that I did fight, they're all on the bench, holding their nuts. And the other 3, they're just still standing up. A few hours passed, and here comes the COs to get me. And now, that leads to our next story, which is gonna be when I was in the hole. And that should be coming tomorrow or Thursday if there's technical difficulties. And I should be coming literally as soon as I'm done with this video. Nigga, I'm about to go fuck that fake pussy. I've been dogging that joint, bruh. Dog, I ain't even gonna hold y'all, bro. Like, I've been slaying that joint so much that I'm about to take it and go get an abortion. You know what I'm saying? Like, nigga, I ain't trying to wind up with like a baby alive, dog. You feel me, young?
I knew in the beginning I was different. Niggas told me slow down, I wouldn't listen. Put my foot on the gas and now I get it. I look back for my niggas and they was missing. I double back and went and got them, I won't leave them. Cause don't